Unacademy. Let's crack it.
So the very first question comes in front of us of when and why. First of all, when to start collecting value addition content, and second of all, why are we collecting this content for value addition?
So Asad, my first question is that when you are making notes, like in last video we discussed that one has to read 1 or 2 times before making notes. Suppose one has made the notes. So when is the right time to add value to it? For example, people say anthropology requires 4 to 5 months of studying. Suppose after 4 to 5 months a person has made notes. Then when is the right time to add value to it?
So Dwij, I think you also agree with this. So once we are done with our at least 2 readings of our entire syllabus, so that we have an idea of what syllabus is there in both paper 1 and paper 2. Because I feel like adding the basic content is extremely important, as you discussed in the last video. So once you're done with either 1 or 2 readings, I think that is a good time in our third reading of our notes to start adding value to the content.
So basically you are saying that when we have done 2 times reading, when we have made our basic notes, then from the third reading we can add value to it.
Yes, and I am saying this, one of the basic reasons for this is that if I start adding value addition content, if I start running behind that in the very first or the second reading, I will not be able to cover my static sources well. And unless I know and understand the static, I cannot add relevant value addition content to it.
So the basic point is that first you have to be thorough with the basic content. First you have to add basic content to your notes. Then only you should go for value addition part, right? Second question comes from the aspirant side is that why we should do value addition? Like what is the need? Because I have seen people who are scoring decent marks, like someone is scoring 250, 260, someone is scoring 300. So why we have to add the value addition? And thereafter we will also discuss how to add the value addition content. So can you please tell me something about why it is important for value addition?
So we are going to talk about one by one of why value addition is important. So I feel like when a person is just writing the static content in anthropology, he or she will end up with a good score, that is 250, 260.
I think 250 and 260 is the score where you can land up with basic reading. Reaching
that score is possible if you are very thorough with your static content and basic content, which is very important. By the way, if you're not if you're just adding value addition, and if you're not writing the basic content, you will not even reach this bracket. So why value addition is because after this amount of marks, I have to further get some marks to reach that 290 plus, 300 plus bracket. So to get that 4 marks in each of the questions, I think this is why value addition is very important, that you have to lie in the top 0.5 or 1 percentile of the people writing the paper.
And Asad, what do you know na? I think that suppose if one is writing a 10 marker question, right? So I think 4 to 5 marks we can get easily by this simple content, or we call basic content. For extra 1 or 2 mark, we have to go for value addition. I think that value addition is that what you do after you do 80% of your work. So it is above that 80% of the work. Like I always say that UPSC is about being average. Being average and then doing little thing extra. For example, if everyone is operating at 80% frequency or 80% efficiency, I would say, then you do 0.5% extra. Then you can easily score above 280, 290 and above 300 as well.
Exactly.
Right.
So this was about when to start adding content, value addition content to your notes, and why are we adding. That means why are we adding is important because you have to breach the target of 250, 260 and get somewhere around 290, 300 marks. So that is why adding value is important.
So this is the photo of my notes of Jajmani system, paper 2. Everybody knows about Jajmani system. So what I have done, I have this basic definition of Yogendra Singh of Jajmani system here, right? Everybody has this definition because it is easily available in traditional sources. Now you see, this is A4 size page of my note, A4 size. What I have done, I have put this line here to add my main notes here, and these are my value addition notes.
So see, in the main notes, Dwij has talked about Yogendra Singh and William Weiser because these are the go-to scholars for Jajmani system.
Available in every book.
And you have to write these 2 scholars, and everyone will write these 2 scholars. Now what value addition did Dwij do is he's going to talk about it.
Okay. So this material I took from EPG. EPG Pathshala material. So there is this famous scholar called Harold Gold. Okay. He has done his research on rickshawalas of Kanpur. So he is a very prominent scholar, and he has said that Jajmani system is patterned on superordinate and subordinate relations between patrons and suppliers of services. See, such a small definition, such a crisp definition, and it is actually narrating all the meaning of what is Jajmani system. Is patterned on superordinate and subordinate relations between patrons and suppliers of service. See, very simple but very effective. Here I also found that Harold Gold belongs to economic particularism school. So this is also one point which I got from this, that he talks about economic particularism. Okay. So this is one value addition point. If I am writing Yogendra Singh definition, then certainly after this I will write Harold Gold has said this.
Harold Gold, who is an economic particularism.
Right? Who belongs to economic particularism. Because if we connect Jajmani system with paper 1, then we will find the Jajmani system is about economic anthropology, right? It's talking about economic relations.
Reciprocity, right?
Reciprocity. So it is based on that. He did a study in India as well, and he said like that. Thereafter, what you will see in my notes, that after this William Weiser is the main scholar which we study in our anthropology, who has studied on, who has written this book, The Hindu Jajmani System, and has done a study on Karimpur village, UP.
So you have to write this content.
You have to write this content for sure.
If you're writing only about this, you'll not get marks. You have to make this as a base of your answer. But then if you have a content like this, be sure and be very sure that you adding this will get you that plus 3-4.
Right. So this is the basic diagram which is available in every basic book of anthropology.